So welcome to the second episode of Najib's Originals, where I introduce you to the leaders in tech who are at the top of their game. Today, I would like you to meet Adar Shomron, who is the CEO of BIyond, the leading Israeli company specializing in BI, big data, analytics. He's an industry veteran who has over 25 years of experience in the tech domain, and he's here to talk to us about the great things we have in store in 2022. So welcome, Adar, to my show. Thanks a lot for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Najib. My pleasure.
Fine. Adar, I just want you to just give us a glimpse of the services that you have at BIyond. So, then we take it up from there, our discussion. So, the floor is up to you, please.
Thanks. So, BIyond is a professional services company. Mm-hmm. We specialize in data and analytics, both in the cloud and on-premise. Okay. And by saying that, I mean three main types of services. It can be around BI, business intelligence. It can be around big data projects and platforms. Mm-hmm. And lately, more and more around AI and machine learning projects. All right. We have a lot of challenges around that here in Israel and with our customers also outside Israel. Mm-hmm. And this is actually the most growing part of BIyond's activity in the last few years.
Okay, that's interesting. So, when you mentioned big data and analytics, there's a lot of companies who are offering these services right now. And, how are you differentiated as compared to your competitors, even internationally?
Okay, so first of all, we're what you would call a boutique company. I don't like the word boutique that much, but we are a company of experts, and this means that what we're selling is only our expertise. We don't resell any kind of software or hardware, no kind of reselling licenses, okay. Only our expertise and consultancy. Uh-huh. This is one. The second area is that we are, even though we're not a big company, we're kind of a one-stop shop, meaning okay. if our customer needs a BI assistance with BI, and then with big data, and then with AI and machine learning, we can help them with everything. Okay. It doesn't need to go to 3 different companies, and this is very important.
Right. Okay. Then that's very interesting. That's fine. So within the domain that you mentioned, or I think the best thing is that just to get some real life examples of a couple of projects that you have done, just to understand the kind of solution that you have available, please.
Yes, obviously. So we have been working with numerous tech companies, tech startups here in Israel, mm-hmm. and also with larger organizations. One of the most interesting projects we had was an Israeli tech startup which needed assistance with building from scratch to separate AI and machine learning products, meaning they have a lot of data, okay, and they took us to be some kind of, you can call it an R&D extension of that startup. Okay. We built a team that actually developed from the ground up two separate products for that startup, both in the domain of machine learning, data science, and AI. One is around NLP, natural language processing. The other is more around optimization. Okay. And when I say we built the product, I mean we built the infrastructure, including the DevOps, the database, the pipelines that took the data into the database, and then the machine learning models that actually took the data from the database and processed it and gave the output to the user or to the customer. Okay. So it was a fascinating project. Very the timelines were very short. Mm-hmm. and challenging, but we really liked that project, and it was a very unique project for us. Do you want more examples? Or
yeah, please. I mean, yesterday on your website, I saw something that you had done with the telecoms company as well.
Yeah, we have done a few telecom projects. Actually, one of them, I can't get into too much detail, but one of them was with Amdocs, which is a telecom, a worldwide telecom service provider or solutions provider, and we helped them rebuild they had a data product that they already that was already working, but they wanted to rebuild it using cutting edge big data technology. Okay. And we help them from scratch. We help them plan and rebuild this product. So that's also.
No, that's great. Mm-hmm. Adar, that's just as a glimpse. I mean, I just want to go, backtrack a little bit. Is what, in your opinion, were the big highlights for 2021 when it comes to big tech overall?
So obviously, it won't be news if I will say that COVID, is a revolution. It's I don't know, the fourth, fifth, sixth revolution, and it made huge impact on the areas or the domains of digital, and also with digital comes data and analytics.
Correct.
Everything is done in remote. A lot of e-commerce activity and huge amounts of data, even more than before.
Correct.
Okay, so I think we already see today, even though we're not, we're not post-COVID, because COVID is still with us. True. We start to see this, the outcomes of this revolution, but I think we will see more and more of that in the next year or two. And I think data, specifically big data and AI and machine learning, will play key role in this revolution. So if you look at those areas of revolution, I think that with the intensive usage of machine learning will come more and more types of databases or big data software or even hardware that would support efficient machine learning models, and also the evolution of 5G and smart communication that would also allow to use more and more data efficiently and with faster response time. So everything here would be connected. Also the cloud, obviously. Mm-hmm. A lot of cloud push. We can see it here in Israel. Many companies, especially in the financial services sector, which were reluctant to go to the cloud, to move to the cloud, are now rethinking their strategy because of COVID. They understand that they need to rethink everything. Uh-huh. So it's an amazing revolution, especially in our domain.
Correct. Now, especially with, I mean, I saw the speed at which blockchain, had evolved, and generally people had an idea and they weren't clear about cryptocurrency, and then suddenly came NFT, and then now we are in metaverse. The amount of data that is coming in is just mind-boggling. And it looks like, that we are now entering a new phase of technology. And I think there will be much more data that was going to be managed and handled even in the coming years. Are you looking at the meta with the products that you have?
Actually, I must admit we're not involved enough in these areas currently. Okay, maybe this is something that is less of less importance for us right now.
Okay.
Maybe in the future.
Okay, good. Adar, just I mean, based on, I think you've already answered a bit of the question regarding what we had for next year. But for technology trends for this year, I mean, what are the keys that that we should be focusing on? That this is where we are going to have a tremendous upward curves coming in.
Okay, so actually, yes, it kind of overlaps what I already mentioned, but I think that from what I see, I think that organizations, speaking about, I'm speaking specifically on larger organizations that still, as I think you mentioned earlier, are still not involved enough in the areas of AI and machine learning.
Right.
Will start doing so much more in the next year, and I believe that in the next 2 or 3 years, most of them will have real initiatives, real projects with real deliverables. Because up till now, it was kind of running small proof of concepts here and there, not really, dipping their whole foot into the cold water. Maybe only the pinky. So now they will put the whole leg into the cold water and maybe even take some chances there, because technology is mature, and I think as I said, it would go hand in hand with the growth in cloud usage. So I think both of those we would see a lot of projects in 2022 and also in the next 2-3 years.
Yeah, definitely. My final question for you would be that, is BIyond selling other vendors' software or hardware and other solutions, please?
Yeah, so we prefer to be agnostic to specific technologies and focus on our expertise. So we're not reselling actually anything, not software, not hardware. We use third-party tools and technologies in order to build data and analytics solutions.
Okay.
However, I think this is the right point in time to mention that we are thinking internally how to leverage our knowledge and expertise and build some kinds of solutions or maybe even analytics products. One direction we're thinking about is a machine learning product that would assist organizations to detect fraud.
Oh, that's very okay.
Yeah, and especially it can be a very good fit for the fintech industry, but also in other areas. And we're currently in the first phases of developing such a solution, and we would love to share it or to run trials of this product with customers all over.
So how soon do you think this product will be ready for testing?
I believe that a first version can be available very soon, in a matter of weeks, maybe a month. Okay. Really soon.
I'm sure that there would be clients also in this part of the world who would be very interested, in this particular product. Okay.
Sounds good.
Adar.
Yep.
Good. Thanks a lot, Adar, for your time. I truly appreciate your time and all the information that you've gathered. I'm sure we're going to have more sessions together, and wish you all the best for 2022. in terms of personal.
Thank you very much.
Fine. All right. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.